What's up, guys? It's Joe with Jargon, and we got Kaden with Cantina Talk. Welcome back to Cantina Jargon. I don't even know what episode this is for us now. I mean, we've got to be double digits.
I believe so. The last time I checked everything, I thought we were close to 15.
That sounds about right.
But I haven't updated it in a little bit either.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should start putting like episode numbers on this or something like that. I think that
I
might
tried
be...
for the first couple, but then just I don't know. I just for some reason I stopped.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't know. It's hard to keep track because it's so sporadic, right? So, but hey, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We haven't talked in like a week about anything, and a lot of big news in Star Wars. So, you were sending me stuff, I think, for the past like week about Acolyte and the Mando movie. And obviously Bad Batch is coming out, and Bad Batch is actually coming out. Is that next week now, or is it 2 weeks? It's next week.
Yeah, next week. 1 second here. I gotta grab the Bad Batch thing quickly as well.
Yeah, so next week on Wednesday is going to be the Bad Batch 3-episode premiere, which is huge. So really, really excited about that. And there were actually some reviews. So actually, if you want to pull up those reviews, I'll share that on the screen here. So, why don't you go ahead and read that for us?
So this comes from Star Wars Hologram on Twitter. It says that Bad Batch Season 3, Episodes 1 through 8 are phenomenal, mature tone with a focus of the overarching plot over the like one-off stories. This season ties the entire saga together from Mandalorian, Rise of Skywalker, and Omega and Crosshair. And apparently Palpatine is scarier than ever. And these are some of the photos that we saw in the trailer. To go along with it. But this is some early reviews.
Yeah, because the screeners actually just went out earlier this week, just so you guys are all aware. So first 8 episodes went out of 16 episodes, or 15 maybe. It's like half the season basically is in the hands of reviewers now. So we'll probably start to get some, leaks and stuff like that too. I'm going to try to avoid that as much as possible. I'd rather just watch it fresh, personally.
Like I'll definitely like still like be keeping track of like the reviews and everything and people's like first opinions and thoughts. But I'm gonna try my hardest to stay away from leaks too. I don't want to know anything like that. So after Multiverse of Madness, I don't want to be spoiled again. Especially for Bad Batch. This is gonna be important.
Yeah, I was spoiled on Multiverse of Madness too. It was like people were like posting videos of like the cameos on YouTube like the day after it came out. So
like literally an hour before we're supposed to go to the theater, the first thing I see is John Krasinski. Like I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" Like, are you kidding? No, the second I saw it, I'm like, "This is real." I was like, "I already know this is real." Like, come on. But yeah, I cannot wait for this though.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty hyped actually, and I love that the review says it's got that mature tone. So I'm thinking that makes me think immediately of like the Crosshair episode and like the Cody episode from season 2. I really, really hope that it kind of follows that tone. The one thing that I'll say is interesting is like it says that it ties together things like the Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, so from the original trilogy, or sorry, prequels to Mando and Rise. That's kind of where I'm like, I don't understand the Rise part, but besides that, because Omega has to go to the Mandoverse, right? Like, there's no way she doesn't.
Oh no, I hope it definitely obviously lines up with the Mandoverse and what's going on with Tantus and cloning, and we sure hope that Thrawn has something to do with Tantus, like he did in Heir to the Empire.
I was just gonna say, Palpatine's probably. I could see them doing like a plot where Palpatine is trying to clone himself for Rise, for example. That's probably how it's gonna tie in.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably the way it's gonna tie in.
to try and fix the somehow he returned line.
Dude, they're gonna do backflips to try and fix that. I don't know. So Tony says lots of Twitter non-spoiler reviews for Bad Batch. Looks like Minnie got to view the first 8 episodes. Yeah, that's what I said. So screeners went out to reviewers, and basically people that are in good with Lucasfilm. So people like Star Wars Theory do not get screeners, which is kind of funny. So
Theory's never gonna get fucking invited to those.
It's gonna be like Star Wars Explained and maybe like Eckhart's Ladder. Some of those are some of the bigger ones that probably did get screeners of this.
I feel like Screen Crush too probably had something as well.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, a lot of those big like pop culture
Yeah.
websites and stuff like that are going to get them. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'd like to actually see some more of the reviews. So I don't know if we can take some time later, maybe look for some of those. But
Yeah.
so Bad Batch, yeah, we got that coming out next week. It's gonna be huge. And then I don't know, are you gonna be covering it on your channel? Are you gonna do any
Yeah.
videos or
I'm gonna be ready 'cause it's in 8 days. So yeah, that night I'll be doing a watch party, and then
right on?
I'm probably gonna compile just all 3 episodes into one big video. Because whenever I try to do them separately, it just feels like by the time I get done with all 3 of them, we're already like almost a week later. Just because I take so much time like with the editing with these, I think I'm just gonna compile them all together like episodes 1 through 3 breakdown.
Yeah,
There's gonna be
cool.
so much to go over too.
I hope so. I personally don't plan on doing probably like episodic breakdowns of Bad Batch. I didn't last season either. But if there are ties to Tantus, Heir to the Empire, any like Legends references, I'll certainly make videos about that so that we
Yeah.
can discuss the kind of EU side of things on this channel. But I'll look for your channel on the full length reviews because you pretty much cover every detail. So
Yeah, I definitely take way too much time, but that's how you find the small details that everyone misses. So hopefully
nothing wrong with that.
yeah, hopefully I'll be able to spot some more stuff this season like I did with Shin being fucking like almost done.
Right,
Ahsoka.
right. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I mean, she's alive though. It's all good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Acolyte. So after Bad Batch, allegedly we are getting Acolyte, and that's coming out this summer-ish. We don't really have even a month though.
We don't have a month, but we'll premiere summer 2024. If I had to guess, it's probably gonna be the August slot. Because they said Ahsoka doesn't come out in summer, and that was August, and they like to do that either where it leads right in from like one show to another. I think at not Celebration, but on May the 4th, we're gonna get an Acolyte trailer because Mando starts filming in June, so I believe probably July or August.
Yeah, my guess would be July or August too. I wouldn't be surprised if they push to August, as late as possible to drag out these these release
Looks like
schedules.
it's 50 years now, not 100 years. 50 years before the Phantom Menace.
Interesting. I thought it was 100.
I thought it was 100
all the initial things said 100. So May the 6th, Tony says. I actually won't be surprised if we get the trailer on May the 4th with a 2-month window roughly.
That's what they did with Ahsoka too. Or no, they did the first teaser in like January, right?
Yeah, basically, and that's how a lot of the shows have been. Even Mando season 3 and 2, the first trailers or teaser trailers came out 2 months before the show. So
yeah,
I think it adds up, right? Because Bad Batch ends on what, May 3rd or May 2nd or something like that.
May 1st, yeah.
May 1st. Okay, Bad Batch ends on May 1st. May 3rd, we're getting the Phantom Menace re-release in theaters, and then. Yeah, that should be cool. And I saw it in theaters in 1999, though.
I didn't have that privilege.
Yeah. And May 4th, I think we get the Acolyte trailer.
Yeah, that'll be my guess.
Pull up the images from the Acolyte because there were some leaked images. This is from the Celebration trailer. So this is the one I want to talk about real quick. So this is the Trade Federation from Phantom Menace. I gotta believe that Disney is not gonna allow them to have like the Japanese accents.
No, they have to. If they don't, I'm not gonna watch it. Like they have to stay like the same.
I know.
Better have that fucking that sound to his voice.
I feel like Disney's gonna pull the plug on that whole thing.
I mean, it's the character though. No, like.
It is the character, I know, but I'm just like I've seen people say in the past that George Lucas, that was a bad choice, blah blah. So
wait, when did this happen?
Oh, they've been saying that forever, man. That's like,
have I just never known about that? I always thought everyone was just fine with it. I just figured that was just like how they talked, like kind of like I don't know, like how like the Ugnaughts are. Like I just kind of figured they always just had like I don't know. All right. I guess
no, that's like a thing that it's like I don't know. It's implied by people that it was a little racist to do that. So
I didn't even think about it like that until you said it. So,
Yeah, I know, right? Because like you're a kid, you watch it. It's just like it's whatever. You don't really think about it too
I just
much.
figured he's an alien from space, so like he's not gonna sound like every Joe Schmo. No one's gonna speak like have fluent English.
Right, right. I know. No, I feel the same. So, I am curious. I'm really after I saw this image, I did not know the Trade Federation was going to be in the show until you sent me this image, and I was like immediately thinking, are they going to talk the same as they do in Phantom Menace?
Was
I
I the
hope
only
so.
one then that was expecting them to be on the show? Because I was full on expecting like the separatists and everything to be like a pretty decent plot point anyway.
I mean,
With
I'm glad, but I honestly didn't expect it at all.
wow.
I thought this was like like the kind of like the seeds of like the Sith like coming back. So that's what I thought it was. I didn't really think the separatists were going to play any kind of role, but this makes me think seeing this and knowing that it's only 50 years before Phantom Menace makes me think we possibly get Plagueis.
Yeah, no, and with the separatists, like Minnow season 3, with just that line being thrown out there about Christopher Lloyd's character being a separatist, like I feel like it has to tie in. Like it was just such a random point to like to throw into separatists into post Empire.
Could just be Filoni throwing out references, because he said something about Dooku. I don't know. I mean, part of me thinks like Leslie Headland, who's writing this show and I think directing most of the episodes. Part of me believes that she really doesn't have anything to do with the Mandoverse stuff at all. So I don't know if it's gonna tie in together. But Dave Filoni is the creative director, so
that's where I was
if anyone's
thinking,
if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be him. So what
Dave
other?
Go ahead. I'll say I figured Dave would do like the reverse Kathy, where he's like putting his hands like into it, but he's like adding stuff so that it all makes sense later on, not to where just adding in random stuff. Like I think Dave was like just planting these seeds, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I think so too. So, what other images did we get from the show? So
we got this one from the. I'm assuming this is on course in the temple in one of the training rooms. It's definitely not the council chambers, but definitely a training room like Obi-Wan and Anakin were sparring on.
Yep.
And this is another one with all the lightsabers. Looks like they're probably in some sort of cave.
I'm not sure how I feel about
the orange.
Yeah, and the lack of blue. I mean, if you watch the prequels, no one had orange, number one, or yellow, or whatever it is.
I would assume way more blue and maybe like one yellow, over the orange anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of heavy on the orange.
Then this is the last one. These are the doors inside the Jedi Temple.
So yeah, this is Jedi Temple also.
Something in there. But that's all we have for those photos.
I'm like cautiously optimistic about the show. I just have no idea what to expect. Like I'm not super into like High Republic era or anything like that. So it could be really cool.
Yeah, like I'm not like super into it, but at the same time, like the concept behind it and like leading in like showing the Jedi at their absolute prime is what is like really intriguing to me. Like seeing how the Republic was. We've seen the Republic so much from like the prequels going into in between and then the OT, like, and then now obviously with the new Republic, like seeing how everything has like changed. I want to see what it was like before, like more of it anyway. I don't feel like with the prequels we got to see so much of that.
Like, yeah, I agree.
A lot of it there, but not a whole lot either.
No, I agree. I think that could be cool. Personally, I'd rather see them go a little further back and do like Old Republic, because like playing the Knights of the Old Republic or whatever, like you see a lot of prequel planets and they're like really, really fleshed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like Nar Shaddaa, for example, like insane. So you think
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, there's an opportunity there to visit some pretty cool places in the show if the budget permits. Who knows?
I mean, I thought their budget was pretty high too. I think it was higher than Kenobi at least. I thought it was like two.
Why did
wrong? But I thought it was $200 million.
No, you're probably right. I mean, why did Kenobi? I just like it still just it still just blows my mind that Kenobi got like the lowest budget of all the shows, and it had like the two. I mean, that probably had the most hype around it. It's almost like they just thought,
Most
okay,
anticipated,
we can just like
especially with
okay,
them using like Duel of the Fates in the trailer.
in the trailer.
Like,
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
it's like whatever money they had left for tax write-offs, they just like gave to Konami.
Oh, what a disappointment! What a disappointment. Tony's open to it, but he's not overly hyped like me. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. Cautiously. So, what else we got?
We got news from Sam Jackson that he wants to return as Mace Windu on Disney Plus, and that Mace Windu's not dead. And he was also asked if he'd be open to return as Mace in a TV show, and he said yes to everything. Like he wants to come back. And obviously he's not. He's confirming that Mace isn't done, which I think we all knew all along. But just interesting.
I mean, I still think okay. I mean, my opinion, Mace is dead, 100%. But Mace has been cloned. Boom.
I mean,
he's our new Sabaoth.
I just see it. I mean, that would be insane too. I just see it as like Jedi can fall from great distances. We've seen it multiple times in Clone Wars.
No, I know he was just fried though. I think that I also think that George Lucas' intention was he's dead. So like I don't think
Could be.
I mean I don't think Dave would go against that is what I'm saying. So I think the way to bring him back in is via cloning. And he would be a great foil for Boba Fett, obviously.
Oh my God,
we got
yeah,
live action Boba and Mace would be sick.
he could like do the whole thing like you killed my father and be like I don't know what you're talking about because he's
Right.
not gonna have that memory of that. So
Yeah. And he would just be like super unhinged, all those like force sensitive clones like can't really get it together.
I'm just thinking of Galen Merrick the entire time. Like, yeah, there's gonna be no way. Like, it's gonna be insane. Another one we have too is that I think we already talked about this last week. Mandalorian and Grogu, or the week before, sorry, is starting to film June 2024.
Yep, we talked about that. So,
also
and hey, maybe Sam Jackson is in that movie.
Let's just add another Jedi to Thrawn's arsenal, like the fight.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna have like a Sabaoth character, that's a great time to introduce it. I mean, maybe they had to Tantus because of some mission for the New Republic, and that's where they discover him. I'm like 99% sure Boba Fett's in that movie. Is all I'm saying.
Oh no, he will. Like, I don't think it's like a quiet. I think he will be. But with that, I was just thinking that like Grogu and Mando can encounter Sabaoth as Mace, but Mace being so intrigued by Grogu that like he wants Grogu to serve him, kind of like with Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
And then he's starting like he wants to go after Grogu. Like I could see that being a plot point.
Yeah, and he goes against Thrawn for that too. He does his own thing, but I would love to see. I don't want to see Mace alive. I don't want to see him alive. I want to see him cloned if they bring him back. But Sam Jackson, as Manya said right here, Sam is the GOAT. Absolutely. Let him just mess around in Star Wars a little bit more. Tony says he's unhappy with Marvel. Do you know anything about that? I don't follow Marvel as much as you do, so I'm just curious if you've heard anything about that.
I'm not too sure what he's unhappy about. I'm extremely as of yesterday with the Deadpool trailer, I am extremely happy with Marvel. I'm not too sure what he's.
I'm talking about Sam Jackson though. Is Sam Jackson unhappy with Marvel?
Oh, probably from Secret Invasion. I would definitely not feel too happy either on that one. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Tony not being happy. My bad.
No, it says Sam is in his comment says Sam is unhappy with Marvel. So
I haven't been able to look at the stream. My bad.
Maybe that's what. Oh yeah, sorry. That's yeah. Tony says Sam Jackson is unhappy with Marvel.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a great reason to bring him back in to Star Wars too.
And he's been talking to Bryce about it for a couple of years at least too.
Yeah, he did. He talked to Bryce Dallas Howard about it. I remember that.
Yeah, I think during Mando season 3 when it was premiering, he went on like a. I don't know if it was not David Letterman. It was
maybe they're just planting the seeds, man. I don't know.
So.
I like it. I'm all for it.
We also got news that Andor season 2 has wrapped filming, so hopefully Wait, did we get an announcement? I think was it 2026 or 2025 for Andor?
2025 for Andor. Diego Luna did post on his Instagram too, kind of like a thanks everyone for being a part of it, blah blah blah. And he
Yeah.
also confirmed this is the last season. Like they're not doing any more Andor, so this is it. It's going to lead right into Rogue One, and it's going to be really sick.
More than
Very
700 people have
very
worked
hype.
on this production. That's insane. And just
Yeah.
going off of how incredible, like visually wise, season 1 of Andor was, I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like for season 2.
Very 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 excited for season 2 of Andor. I would say it's the most well written in terms of like scripts,
Yeah,
show that we're getting from Disney. It's not, I wouldn't say it's as fun as something like Mandalorian.
I don't think it's supposed to be though.
But it's not. You're right. You're right. It's like a drama. It's not an
Yeah, it's
adventure.
it's it's supposed to
So
be more like how like Sopranos is, where it's like it's supposed to make you think about what's gonna happen next and like
right.
worry about your characters.
Yeah. We know Cassian's gonna live.
But yeah, that's the only one we know. That's for sure.
Pretty much. Mon Mothma and him, we know they're safe.
Yeah,
So well, and Cassian's safe till Rogue One, but
I mean,
do
not
you
safe for
think we see
long.
Jyn Erso and I don't
No,
think
not at
so,
all.
but okay.
I
Yeah,
can
I
see
didn't
Saw
think
though
so
for
either.
sure.
I think we see
Like
Saw
more up
again.
Saw anyway. Definitely
Yeah.
more to Luthen. I think Andy Serkis is gonna come back. But I don't think he's gonna be on the same side as Cassian. Like I think he's gonna be like almost like not like brainwashed, but he's gonna be like if he's still alive and the Empire didn't kill him, he's gonna be the one that has to track down Cassian. But I can also see that not happening at all either.
That would be wild. I feel like that'd be like I mean, I just feel like his character had so much growth in season 1, like I wouldn't want that to be torn down because he was brainwashed or something. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like
just saying like
he was
I don't know.
already brainwashed like when Cassian like arrived at the prison, like he
Yeah,
just thought like, "Okay, I'm just going to keep my guys moving and we're going to," and like Cassian talked as, eventually got him to help them break out. So I wouldn't want to see them tear down that character growth, but
I just want to see the Mind Flayer being used more. Like I feel like it has to be used more than just like the one throw off episode of Mando season 3.
oh yeah, we just don't have we don't have any explanation for what it really does. If it like,
And then that's why like I want more of it so that we
yeah.
can further understand it. Because like I don't know, I feel like there's some pretty insane things that they could do in that.
I mean, I agree. I definitely think they could. I don't know if I just feel like Tony Gilroy just kind of does his own thing, man. And he's
That's true.
like, he's got an idea for what he wants it to be, and it really,
It
worked
works.
out.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it
yeah.
works.
Tony says Andor is my style of Star Wars for an older dude like me.
Even being
I
younger,
hear
I
you.
agree with Tony on that too. Like I like the like in the thick of it, down in the mud, like seeing like how it's affecting these planets in this vast universe where there's all these other problems. We're constantly jumping from planets. I want to see how it's like affecting the certain planet or these people, and that's exactly what we got from Andor.
It definitely has like oddly, it has like an original trilogy feel to it.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's weird because it's like the tone is very different from the original trilogy. Obviously, it's a lot darker, but it like looks original trilogy.
yeah, I mean, I've been an advocate for this. I mean, since we started Cantina Jargon, but like, if Tony Gilroy got the reins to have his own like ISB show, I would be like head over heels. Like that
Yeah,
would like with this setting, and I don't know. I guess the best way to explain it is like Blade Runner meets like original trilogy / like with like Netflix Daredevil like tone.
right. I do love, his writing of the ISB, so you make a really good point there. I would love to see him handle Thrawn.
Oh yeah, no, that would be that would be insane.
Yeah, I mean that'd be like a dream come true, man.
Or
Thrawn
even
would
Tarkin
be
at the latest.
Yeah, I mean Tarkin would be awesome too, obviously. I just like, Tarkin, we know his fate and everything. We don't really know Thrawn's, and if Thrawn is going to be this big bad of the Mandoverse, like Tony could definitely make him imposing, very imposing and scary,
Yeah. Do you think we'll because with season 2? No, never mind that. This okay. With season 1, that would have been when Thrawn gets sucked away. So it's like we can't even see him in season 2 because this leads
Because
right
season
into Rogue One.
one's what, 5 years before?
Yeah,
When did Thrawn get sucked away? I thought that was
the year
like
before.
2 or 3 years before.
It was a year.
6 years before A New Hope.
Yeah. What?
Season 1 of Andor is 5 years before A New Hope. It's 5 ABY.
Yeah.
No, BBY. Sorry.
And Thrawn gets sucked away the year before.
Are we sure?
I at least thought so. Hey,
I gotta look it up now. I'm just like, because I don't. The Rebels timeline to me is so, just messy in a way. You know what I mean? Like, especially with like the flash forward at the end of the finale and everything. It's hard to tell when things are actually happening.
Okay, this from what I just looked up, this was before the events of Rogue One and A New Hope. So
that doesn't really tell us anything.
No. But like Rogue One leading. This is okay. No, this is a few years. Okay, I'm gonna say 3 to 1 year before everything happens.
So there's time then. There's time to fit him in.
Could be
100%. I mean, this right now, Andor is 5 years before A New Hope.
I just didn't know if they're gonna do like a time jump because like this is gonna this is gonna lead right in. So how quickly is that time jump gonna happen?
This is the way it's going. So right. this is like confirmed, man. So this is the way it's going. 12 episodes, 3 episodes per year. So 3 episodes will be 4 BBY. 3 episodes are gonna be 3 BBY. 3 episodes 2 BBY, and then 3 episodes 1 BBY.
Is that gonna be enough time per year though? Like they need to like give us hour-long episodes, not like 32 minutes.
Will be. I mean,
I hope
Rogue
so.
One episodes or the Rogue One, the Andor episodes were longer anyway than like Mando.
Some are like 43 minutes though, and some are like 49. Give us the 1 hour mark, and I'll be happy with that. I just don't want those like years to be rushed.
Like I don't either, and it's kind of weird to think that that's the way they're doing it. But that dude. Gilroy has like said that's how they're doing it. So
I mean, there's 12 episodes. You could do 4 episodes. Like I don't know. That wouldn't work. So,
it wouldn't shock me if they start the season off like the first episode is like a year or so later, and then it's like gives us a little more time because Luthen's still going to be kind of building up his like arsenal, and all that stuff. So
also, just know too that everything was starting to like hit the fan pretty hard at the end of the season. So that's why I was kind of thinking like I want like. There'll be enough time to like fully flesh out these stories, and I'll just like brush past them for the sake of getting to Rogue One.
Yeah, that's a good point. I do wonder how they're going to handle that, but that's the word from Gilroy, man, is that they're going to do like a year per 3 episodes. And I mean,
I can't wait.
Andor worked in like 3 episode arcs anyway last time.
Honestly, I felt like the first 4 episodes were the weakest, and then afterwards it started picking up really quickly and getting really good. But the first 4 episodes were kind of hard to get through.
Yeah, they were really slow. There was a lot of like meeting all these new characters, and you're like, who is doing what?
Which is understandable. We just took I feel like a little too much time with that.
Yeah, I feel like you have to do that though to really to establish like to get to like appreciate the characters and like what they stand for and all that stuff. So Tony says, I wish Andor was 3 years. To have the final season have time jumps leaves me unsettled. I
agree.
I'm like I just trust Gilroy, so at the same time I'm like I think he's gonna deliver. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a little rushed. The crazy thing is, like initially when they announced the show, they were already like planning 5 seasons, and
that was ridiculous. The fact that they were like,
yeah,
like they had that, like they must have had some huge faith in Tony. Obviously, like it worked out,
right?
But that's a lot of faith.
Yeah, and I guess they moved it to 2 seasons because the production is taking so long on this show, which
I mean. That's fine for me, just because of like how stunning the first season was.
Right,
like
right.
That felt like the most like in the thick of it Star Wars as it's felt since like the prequels.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it delivered on every level pretty much. Do you want to see a Jedi?
No,
not at all.
No, I want to see Chirrut if anything. If we want to even go with like the Force route, I want to see Chirrut. but that's about it.
So you don't even want to see an Inquisitor get dispatched or a Darth Vader get dispatched.
If an Inquisitor gets dispatched, everyone's done. If Darth Vader gets dispatched, everyone's done. Like, there's no way that they will do any damage to them.
I mean, that's probably true, but like, let's say Luthen has to die, right? There's no way he's alive because he's not in Rogue One. He's not on Yavin.
Because Luthen would be because he already has a Kyber crystal. He would be the only person that I'd be okay with if he has a lightsaber in his possession. But then I'd want to see him get murked instantly. Like, I wouldn't even I want to see him go to swing for it and just get demolished.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Put on Starkiller's outfit. He's already got the head
from the place there. Yeah, from his little shop. I agree. I don't want it to be like, oh, it's a Jedi heavy story now, but like, I wouldn't be mad if Vader came in and like took care of him.
Okay, that would be fine. I guess I didn't even think about that. That would be the only one, but he's got to have Plo Koon saber because he has his face mask. He's got to have the Plo Koon orange lightsaber for it to make sense. I want to be strict on that.
You want Vader to have the
No, I want Luthen.
Luthen,
because he already has Plo Koon's mask.
What if Luthen had it? What if Luthen is a former Jedi? We don't really know much about Luthen. He could have his own lightsaber for all we know.
I don't think Luthen's a Jedi.
I don't think he is either, but I'm just saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
The way he was flying, I mean, anything's possible, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, because I feel like the Vader reveal, if he came into the show in season 2, it would like almost undermine his importance in Rogue One. Like the hallway scene, for example. Even though it's insane, I just feel like if he did that in Andor, it would kind of like be like, oh, they're just rehashing the future.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I don't want him to get like a hallway scene or anything, but
because like, if there's a
maybe the Grand
fight,
Inquisitor or something. I don't know.
He's dead, though, with Kanan.
Oh shit!
Right. Because my first thought too was like, yeah, have the Grand Inquisitor come in, but I'm like, oh shit, he's dead.
He is already dead. And there's hardly any Inquisitors left at that point.
Yeah, no, because yeah, they're pretty much all gone.
Mara Jade.
Emperor's hand.
Inquisitor, the Emperor's hand. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know.
Insane way to introduce them then.
That would
have Mara Jade come in.
Ben says I'm here. Welcome, Ben. And as you saw, I put your channel in the description. Ben's channel's in the description. He did the art and the thumbnail. Which is drop my sub. It is a work in progress, guys, and it's going a little slow. I apologize for that. I've been very, very busy, but we have a good animatic, solid outline for the Dark Force Rising trailer, which will be our follow-up to the Heir to the Empire trailer. I am working on the full-scale sound effects now for it, and then we might be doing some re-recordings of some of the voiceovers. Probably not you, Caden, but I think we need a few more lines from Luke, and then we need the Mara lines as well, of course. So it's a process, I mean, it just takes time. So, but that's coming, guys, and that's all I can really say about it right now. So just
have faith.
I mean, yeah, just have faith and be patient. I'm hoping we can get it done by the summer. So
drop it right before Acolyte. Just ruin Acolyte's analytics.
Yes. Right. We want all the focus on the Legends animated series. I did drop a poll on my channel. I don't know if you saw that about Legends. About like which series would you like to see made for Legends animation. There were over like 200 responses, so thanks to everyone who responded to that. And the winner was Heir to the Empire or the OG Thrawn trilogy. So and I agree. I think if they were going to do animated Legends content, I think that's number one, the one we want.
I'd want that and then like the Vong War.
I know, and I
follow
actually,
up after it,
I added the Vong War on there, but I think you're right. I think we want the OG Thrawn first, and then Vong War. And
for Knights of the Old Republic, I want that to be, if not live action, in the CG environment that they did for the trailers, the cinematic trailers.
Yeah, that'd be really cool for the Old Republic trailers, like they did. But like a full scale, movie.
I want to see like a 2-hour like movie just in that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. My whole thing is like if Disney is going to do the EU in in a visual medium, basically, I think they'd have to keep the look of it consistent throughout, so
Yeah.
that it's like, okay, when you're watching it, like, oh, that's the EU stuff.
I mean, they already got the Clone Wars animation down. Just, I mean, I think the Clone Wars animation is perfect, but that's just me. Just keep it on.
No, I love it too. I love it too.
Like,
but I just I don't know if they're gonna do it. It costs a lot.
I bet it costs a lot, but it's also like it's different than it being like hand drawn and being like how Visions is, and it's also different than like the 2D Clone Wars. This feels like the best way to show like a character's emotions and stuff. I just feel like there's like, especially with the Thrawn trilogy, you really need to be able to show like that like emotion in it.
I agree. I mean, it depends on what if they were gonna do it in like no no expense spared, basically, then I'm gonna say, yeah, do it in the Clone Wars style. I mean, that would be so incredible. I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I'm like, I'm trying to like, yeah.
I just have a lot of faith after Tales, like seeing like, okay, so they're not just abandoning this after Bad Batch, like they're still continuing it with Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, it will be really interesting. It'll be really interesting to see if there's another like animated series announced after Bad Batch is over.
I sure hope so. Yeah, at least if not after Bad Batch, after Tales.
Yeah, but I mean, Tales are like these little 8-minute episodes. Like I'm talking like a full scale 16 episode show.
Oh, you're talking like full on like Clone Wars like esque,
yeah,
like esque like show.
Yeah, like are we getting another animated series? Like not Tales. I hope we get Tales for the end of time. I hope they keep doing Tales forever.
I would say I would hope so. That's Dave's like bread and butter. I would really hope so that they would continue that.
If they do, I hope it's a post Return of the Jedi Luke. That's what I want to see.
NJO.
Yeah, basically. I just they need to flesh out Luke's story if we're ever going to accept him in canon as he is. Incognito says Vader, I believe, will be in Andor season 2.
Hope if he is, he's gonna make it good. That's all I ask. Is that
if any Force user is going to be in Andor season 2, it has to be Vader.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the only thing that makes sense.
Tony says Luthen Kane is a lightsaber. Do you remember his cane like that he has? And Saw's guy like looks at it and it has like it looks like a lightsaber hilt. Do you remember
that?
Yeah.
I really debated making a video on that when I watched Andor, but I was like, I don't know. It's been so long since Andor came out. Like, I don't even know if it's worth it because it might not be anything.
It was covered a lot when it came out.
Yeah. I tried a lot to get like photos of it and to try and like really look at it, and I was just like, might be a shot in the dark. Like that's more out. It might be more out there than my Ezra theory. So that's where I was kind of just like, I don't know.
It looks like a lightsaber hilt, but we could be grasping at straws here. I don't really know. So
Tony says, "Do you think Luthen will be killed by Saw?" I'm gonna say no, just because of how Saw kind of helps the group with Rogue One. But also at the same time, I could totally see it and him just covering it up.
That would be like the ultimate betrayal if they did that.
But I also feel like
it'd be kind of cool.
Luthen's wife or girlfriend wouldn't know because they let each other where they're going like on their missions.
Is that his girlfriend?
I don't know. Maybe it's his daughter. I know it's his daughter, but I'm just
I'm like, what? I
just know that they have some sort of relationship, whether it being like
husband
and wife, like they have some sort of partnership. So and with them, with how much they communicate, I feel like he would tell her where he's going, like do a talk with Saw, so she would know, and the rebellion would know that Saw killed Luthen. I just don't see.
Saw is kind of like on his own in Rogue One. Think about that. Like,
it's true, but
they're like
Saw's always been that way, though.
They send Jyn Erso to see him because he will not talk to them, basically. So
I mean, that's how Saw was almost like,
I know.
Like with the Bad Batch too. Like he's always just kind of been like kind of like a douche, like just doing his own thing.
Yeah, and in Rebels, he kind of is just whatever.
Saw's just an
Saw's
ass.
Just,
like,
man.
Like I can definitely see it both ways though.
Ben says hi.
What's going on?
Tony, what do you think of the animation style of Blue Eye Samurai? So I have some thoughts on this one. Have you seen it? Do you know what that is?
Nope.
It's a Netflix show. I I don't even want to call it an anime because they use like 3D rendering to make the characters. So it is not hand drawn, but it's
Yeah,
made
I'm
to
looking at it right now.
look it's made to look like anime. Um
Dude,
at
it
that
looks cool.
point, I would much rather them though just go hand drawn at that point and give us some real some of that vision stuff looked incredible. The Ninth Jedi and the Journey to the Dark Head, those are great looking hand drawn animations. I think if they were gonna do 2D animation, let's say they don't want to go the Clone Wars route and they want to make Legends content in 2D animation, why not just hire one of the studios that have already like basically done a demo for you with visions?
That's true. I could also see them using the same studio for What If though, just because
Yeah.
they've already had that studio hired. They probably already have a contract with them.
See, I don't love the what if animation either. That is like
I wish
also
it was
like
better. That's
it.
like I
It's just weird. Like the whole like making it look 2D,
photo
but
real.
it's
Yeah,
actually 3D, and it's like I don't get
we're
it.
trying to make it photo real too, where
Yeah,
it's supposed to be animation.
yeah. I just that kind of throws me off a little bit. And actually, if it's gonna be animated, see that's what I like about like the Clone Wars and Bad Batch is it has like a stylistic animation to it. Like when you
Yeah,
see
it
it, you
feels
know,
like it.
like
Yeah, it feels like
yeah,
it's on. Yeah,
that's Star Wars.
yeah. I
I don't.
like whenever I think of the animation, I always just go back to Rex during Order 66 with Ahsoka in the
Right,
room. Like that's the first
right.
thing I think of, with all the smoke around in the room and everything.
Dude, season 7 is out of this world good. Out of this world
Insane.
good.
And the fact that like with Bad Batch starting right after that, the animation from those like the 3 month difference was insane too.
Oh yeah, Bad Batch just looked incredible. Season 2 is like, man, it's like they just keep
Like
leveling up on the
yeah,
animation
that
side.
like and that's why I think that they're like if they're going to these lengths to keep upping the animation, they're gonna keep using it. Like why would they spend all this money? I mean, at the same time, it's Disney. I could be really wrong, but like, why would they spend all this money on developing this technology just to throw it away after the season's done?
Yeah, no, I think they're gonna continue animation somehow. They did close one of the animation studios though, because Tony's comment here says they needs to keep busy with animation or else they will lose valuable talent. So they actually closed one of the animation studios this year.
Yeah, and
Um,
which I'm thinking they might not even need it though, because like
they
there
might
hasn't
not.
been a difference in the work at all. Like from what we've seen, there hasn't really been a difference. At least I've noticed. I don't think like I think that it might be something that like they just didn't really need anymore because they can do it all in house now at Skywalker Ranch. But I could be wrong too.
I don't know, man. I can't even pretend to know what's going on the animation side. I wish I knew though, because I think Star Wars thrives in animation.
Yeah, because you can do so much other things that you can't do in live action, and that you
And
can't do
just
in 2D.
the production time is so fast too. I mean,
Yeah,
they
quick
can
turnaround.
literally be the only reason Bad Batch got delayed is really because of the strikes.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, because
Otherwise,
Star
we
Wars
would
said
have
so it was
been
pretty much
watching it
done.
already. Yeah,
Yeah,
we would have been watching it already, basically. The way that they do animation, they can literally like right now they could be recording all the voice actors and they could be animating stuff simultaneously and just working on it, and then when that's ready, they're already working on the next season. Like you don't need to build sets, you don't have to gather actors for schedules. You fly to them with a microphone and a setup and a little box and you
or even
record
a lot
their
of them do it at home
vocals.
too. I know Ashley Eckstein said that she did,
Yeah,
like most of her recordings like at a home studio and just sent the files over.
right.
So
So
like yeah, and
it's
two
so much
like
easier, the production time is so much shorter. It's like
and even two when they're in the booth all together and they're like acting off of one another, they have the previs of like the episode example just playing on a
right,
monitor. So they're
right.
already like doing it and getting it ready way ahead of time,
Yeah,
which is like insane. The fact that they can turn around so quickly.
I mean, they have all these assets now, right?
Yeah,
They have all these CG assets. They can, and now that we have Bad Batch too, we have some of the Empire stuff. So I don't think it'd be a giant leap to go to post Return of the Jedi and have um Empire assets.
that's what I'm gonna
So
say. Why would they even like? Why would they have spent the time and money for Clone Wars at the end of Clone Wars to get those assets if not to reuse them for the future?
yeah,
Because now we're getting more Empire. Like if they're taking the time to get them, they're gonna reuse them in the future. I feel like, and it was just like laying the groundwork with Clone Wars to see if it worked in that animation style.
And that brings us to the next comment really well, actually, because you mentioned Clone Wars. We're talking about assets. We see Vader in the Clone Wars for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, with the red tint in his eyes.
Vader in the Bad Batch, Incognito says.
I would want Vader just to, if he's in it, have a hallway scene and just come in and just murking everyone, and then like because Ventress like defends them. Ventress is getting demolished, and
everyone.
And I want to see like Anakin just give her like kind of like a like. I want him to make her feel horrible. Like I want him to be like, oh, like I don't know, because Ventress was the one who gave him the scar.
Yeah.
So like, there's that past, and I want like Anakin to be like just toying with her, just be like
pretty cool,
making her think that she has like the advantage when in reality it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean, in reality too, these clones do not stand a chance against Vader.
No.
So even with someone like Ventress protecting them, if that's the way this goes down, I think Incognito is correct. I think we will see Vader in Bad Batch. I think it's way more likely we see Vader in Bad Batch than we do in Andor.
Yeah, I'm willing to put I'm willing to put money on that. Like Vader, I feel like will be in Bad Batch. Yeah, like why else would like Rex and them be so quiet about what happened for when it comes to Rebels?
And is it Gregor who's still like sketchy about Jedi, like in Gregor. Rebels?
Yeah, because he shoots at Kanan multiple times.
Yeah, I think we're.
That's what I'm saying. Because I mean, we already saw Wolf in the trailer. I mean, we're gonna get them if they witness it. Like if Rex and them witness it, almost kind of like how like when Ezra and Kanan were leaving, and they were watching Ahsoka about to get like demolished by Vader on Malachor. Like I feel like it's almost gonna be like the same thing paralleled, where Rex is watching them just get cut down.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
And they escape with Omega.
Yeah. But where, Omega is going to be a big question. I feel like at the end of the season, we're going to be like, where the hell is she now? Because there's no way they're killing her off, man. They're not killing Omega. That'd be like,
I think Rex would have put her in the hiding.
That'd be brutal. What if, what if she becomes the armorer? I don't think that's very likely, but like,
I feel like that makes, I don't know. To me, that's just like, no, I can't see it. I'm trying to make the possibility work in my head, and it's just not like getting there.
She's got the accent. That's about it.
I don't even think she has the accent though, because the armorers is different.
They're both New Zealanders. They're supposed to be, but
I don't know.
I think both the voice actress for Omega and what's her face? Is it Emily Swallow?
Yeah, Emily Swallow. I definitely think that it's Rookcast still. Like
Rookcast, yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. I just wondering like if Omega is already out there and maybe in plain sight to us.
I think Rex would have tried to hide her to the best of his ability because he knows that that's the Empire's enemy.
And you just think like in Mando timeline, she's still in hiding, basically.
I think in Mando timeline, like after the Empire probably released, maybe somehow I don't know because I think with Boba too. I don't know. I just feel like she's gonna get that white Mandalorian armor.
She is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think somehow she'll contact Fennec or Boba, but primarily Fennec. I don't think if Boba meets her before, like in Bad Batch, it is not gonna make any sense. I think he has to meet her in person post.
Yeah. Mando era.
Because Fennec was gonna be like Fennec. Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
no,
we see Fennec working with the Bad Batch in the trailer. I spotted that. So maybe Fennec helps them hide her.
I just feel like she's too stubborn to like be like, yeah, I'm gonna go into hiding. Like you know what I mean? Like that just doesn't seem like.
That's very true too. This is like a rock and a hard place because they can go both ways.
Yeah,
like, but if she sees like her brothers be cut down, that might like scare her enough to be like I understand.
Yeah, maybe.
Like if she watches like Hunter and Wrecker like look her in the face as they're getting cut down, like I could totally see her like being so scarred and scared. Like I could see her getting like the Jyn Erso treatment from like the beginning of Rogue One.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm really, really excited for it though. It's like one of the shows, that it gets me hyped for sure.
Tony says the Jedi's jump better in animation. 100%. Ahsoka
Yeah.
Fleeing the temple, incredible. They tried live action
Versus
with Ahsoka.
yeah, versus Ahsoka live action, right? Yeah. They had her jump from that ship or whatever. As was
Yeah,
moving. I'm like,
just looked a
that
little goofy.
horrible.
That looked worse than like the Jedi running in Phantom Menace.
Right, I know. Not great, not great. Vader is on Rebels too. His asset can be reused. Well, the Vader in Rebels actually is a different. The animation style of Rebels is different than Clone Wars.
I think Tony was saying like
style.
When we were talking about it at the time, like that was separate. Like Vader appears in Rebels.
Yeah.
But then he was talking about the animation after that. I think he was talking about like seeing the animation in Clone Wars because they already have that asset and it's
They do
pre Rogue One, so it fits.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pre Kenobi even, so it fits even more because he still has the red tint in his lenses.
When does Kenobi take place? 10 BBY?
Yeah,
right?
10. Yeah, because Anakin's 9, or not Anakin, Luke's 9.
Okay.
Because it's right in between. Because then Ezra finds Kenobi, I believe, that same year, or maybe or not the same year, like 2 to 3 years later.
You're pretty close.
Whoa.
No. It's like 5 years later.
Yeah, it would be 5 years. Yeah, because
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's so hard. It's right. It's like right there. It's within 5 because Luke is still a kid. When we see Luke in that episode in Rebels, he's still a kid.
He is, but he should be the same age as Ezra at that point.
You think?
Ezra was born on Empire Day, dude, and so was Luke. Okay. They basically are like born on the same day.
Okay, I guess Ezra just always seemed older.
I know because you see a shadow of Luke running, and it
looks like a little kid running.
Little kid, yeah, I know.
I guess it makes sense.
That
I didn't even think about that, dude. Like Ezra is so much like he's so mature for his age, though. Like for him being like
he is because he's actually using the Force already, whereas Luke hasn't even done a thing at that point.
Luke's still like playing with a toy Skyhopper. Like he's
just complaining all the time and playing with this little boy T16 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Super hyper Bad Batch. So next week it's on Wednesday, and we should probably chat at the end of the week and definitely regroup 3 episodes in, see what we're thinking, and see if we're the hype is still there. So
I feel like I got to do something for the stream, like with it being my birthday as well. Like I feel like I got to do something with it.
For sure, you got to, for the watch party.
I don't know what I got to do, but I know I got to do something like special with it. But
an on-stream party for sure. I really want to talk about it real quick. So we talked about Acolyte release date in the summer. We obviously know Bad Batch is coming out next week. So allegedly we're still getting Skeleton Crew, which we haven't talked about in a while. I don't think anyone, no one's talking about Skeleton Crew. No one.
I didn't even, honestly, I was at the point like I don't even think it's gonna come out now. Like it's
coming out. There's the rumor is it's coming out in the winter, so like December, possibly maybe even January of 2025.
That could lead us to the Mando movie.
Boba thing. The Mando movie is getting released in 2026 now.
Wait, oh yeah, it got pushed back, didn't it?
Yeah, they announced it in May 2026, which means
we're getting 3 movies that year, then, right?
No, just 2, May and December. So we're gonna get that Rey Jedi Order ripoff.
Yeah, Air will be afterwards.
Yeah, Air is December 2027.
That's wild. That's wild. It's so crazy that it's still like 4 years away. Like,
oh, it's super disappointing.
Yeah, like this sucks, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not in on that, man.
This Mando movie better be good then. If they're delaying it that far, it better be like worth it.
Better seriously lead into something with Thrawn here because they can't just end Ahsoka. It's like, okay, yeah, Thrawn's back. Oh yeah, here's Skeleton Crew, which we know is not going to have anything to do with Thrawn.
No.
Even though it's the same era. And then what? We're going to wait for... They're doing the movie before Mando Season 4.
Yeah.
So we're going to wait till 2026 to see what's going on with Thrawn in the New Republic? Like, dude.
We got to get Ahsoka Season 2 before then, right? Like, we had... Like, I mean, it hasn't even started filming, so, like, I know it's not going to happen. But, like, I just feel like, especially if Mando Season 4 leads right into the Mando movie, are we going to have to wait an entire year for that Mando movie? Or 2 years? Like like a year and a half. Like, how the hell are they doing this? Like, I don't know. It seems like they don't.
Dude, I got
Yeah.
no freaking clue, man. I hope Skeleton Crew gives us something that kind of like ties us over for a while, though.
Yeah.
We do. The nice thing is in 2025. So let's say we get Skeleton Crew December. It goes into January, right? That's our next Mando era project. Celebration is around the corner. Then it's going to be in May of 2025 in Japan. We are going to definitely get a look at the Mando movie a year out.
Yeah. I also hope that we get some sort of news by then that Ahsoka's going to start production, or is already.
That's my
film.
thought. So I'm hoping, and this is maybe just wishful thinking, but I'm hoping in Japan 2025 May we get some sort of roadmap, like a Marvel style roadmap of the Mandoverse.
Just bring those back, like for the love of God, bring those back.
Because the movie will have been probably wrapped filming by then. If it's starting filming in June this year, it'll be wrapped by
October.
Yeah, it should be wrapped by the end of the year, right?
Like October, November at the latest, it should be wrapped.
Yeah. So I want some sort of announcement after Skeleton Crew. We're going to see that. Boom, boom. We're in May. We need to know, when's Ahsoka season 2? When does it fit into Dave's movie and timeline and all that stuff? When does it fit in with the Mando movie timeline? Are we getting a season 4 of Mando? Are we getting season 2 of Skeleton Crew, or possibly season 2 of Boba Fett? That all needs to be laid out at Celebration 2025. If it's not, dude, Disney is dropping the ball so hard because they keep doing this shit where they announce stuff, they pull it off, they don't do it. Rangers of the New Republic. I mean, now they've said
a droid story,
like a droid story doesn't even exist, right?
Lando,
yeah, Lando. No, great point. And now they said we're getting a Dave Filoni movie that's the culmination of the Mandoverse events, and then all of a sudden they're like, nah, you're getting a Mando movie next instead. I think we're still getting Dave's movie. Too. We're still getting Dave's movie, I'm pretty sure, but it's just like they just keep changing things, man. They need to create a plan and stick to it. It's bothering the shit out of me, honestly.
Also, I just looked this up. Comic-Con this year is San Diego, and it's going to be July 25th through the 28th. So we're going to get an Acolyte trailer during Comic-Con. I guarantee it. Because that'll be like the final trailer into like August, like they did with Ahsoka.
Probably right. Yeah, probably right.
I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of news then for Acolyte.
I could agree with that. Comic-Con will be good, so...
hopefully.
Tony says, do you think Skeleton Crew was pushed back a year due to reshoots to alter the storyline of Dave's vision? So a couple interesting facts about Skeleton Crew. It wrapped filming before Acolyte, and we are getting Acolyte before it.
So yeah, Skeleton Crew wrapped, I think, right after Ahsoka did. Like they wrapped pretty quickly.
Yeah, about a month afterwards or less. So
and we've already got a trailer for it. So what they're doing with it, I have no clue.
Yeah, great question. The other crazy thing is that Skeleton Crew is supposed to come out like now, basically, like January. So
I thought it was supposed to come out in December of.
Well, yeah, I think it was going to be like a late December, kind of like Book of Boba Fett was, where it was like the last day of December, and then it launches into 2024. It was supposed to come out then. They actually, and there was a promo. Disney Plus released a promo like at the beginning of last year that had like their little like slate, and there was a little clip of Skeleton Crew in there for their 2023.
I think I remember that. Yeah, because we were all anticipating it to come out.
Yeah, it was like a 2-second clip of Skeleton. It was what's his face?
Jude Law. Yeah,
Jude Law. Yep.
The hood up,
Jude Law. Yep. And Skeleton Crew in their promo, and they removed it, dude. They removed it from the promo because they were like, "No, this isn't coming out this year." So
I just can't believe that they removed it after already publishing it.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Because I remember seeing the pictures on Twitter, like first look at Jude Law and Skeleton Crew, because he had like the hood up. He looked like Kenobi, like standing behind a wall.
Yep, he was standing next to the wall. That's right.
Yeah.
So, dude, I don't know, Tony. You might be onto something here. I haven't heard anything about reshoots, but they could be altering something.
I mean, I don't know. Tony lives by where they do most of the filming for Ahsoka and Mando, so he would.
Yeah, you tell us.
Yeah, you probably know.
Quasar says, "Nice Thrawn trilogy ELCs on the shelf." Oh yeah,
yeah, we're there.
There they are. Yep. we do love the Thrawn trilogy here on this channel. Big fans. I got my little Thrawn trilogy figures back there. You can hardly see them, but I got Mara and Luke. That's the Heir to the Empire and the Dark Force Rising figure, which highly recommend those. You got to support the legends, man. If you keep supporting legends, eventually
Disney will too.
Disney will too. That's right. That's exactly right. Yep. That's the goal here. Just having fun. Mace can sub for Balin's character. Can you see Mace versus Abeloth fighting? Imagine if they were just like season 2. They're just like, oh, by the way, Mace is Balin.
I would love if that was the case. Just give Sam Jackson the first F-bomb in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just like
he's just like, what the fuck?
Like Chris Pratt already got the first one for the MCU. Let Sam Jackson just be like, this motherfucker. Like,
yeah,
I could totally like. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
he's funny. So.
Sam Jackson's got to be the first one to say it. That's.
Sure. We're never getting an F-bomb in Star Wars, man. They axed it out of Andor.
I was gonna say, wasn't it?
There was one. There was one in the final like speech that Andor's mom gives.
Yeah,
and
Larva,
yeah, Marvin. They axed it, dude. They're like, no, we're not doing that. But there was a shit in Andor.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that. Like, they've already like let like shit slip in, like literally shit slip in. So, I mean, like, get rid of Dank
the
Farrik,
door is
like...
open. Yeah, the door is open. I don't know. It does sound a little weird in Star Wars, though.
Yeah, when it was said, I was like, wait, did I just hear shit? Like, I was it was like an Endgame with Tony Stark, like shit. Like, I was like, oh, so we're bringing that in now. I'm looking forward to it.
It's kind of interesting. So I don't know. Mace will never say. No.
Yeah,
probably true. Poodoo.
I don't know. Sam Jackson's got to do it before it's too late. I mean, he's almost 80 already, so he's getting.
That's why I think he's perfect for our like older clone. That
what are you gonna do? De-age him again? Like, you already have done it. You've done it twice now with the Marvels and with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I take that back. I could definitely see them de-aging him.
I just don't think they need to. Like, they don't really need to. Is just what I'm saying. Like, if it's a clone Mace Windu, he can be older and like obviously accelerated aging. You know, gray.
Give him a strippy beard. Give
stuff.
him a crowd, like cloudy eye. Like, let him stay bald.
Yeah, be cool. Yeah.
Okay, if you took how Sam Jackson looked in Secret Invasion, and just gave him more of like a beard instead of the goatee, and gave him like a cloudy eye instead of a scarred eye, it'd be perfect.
Perfect. Yep. 100% perfect. Agreed.
Ben says, "Well, Han gets to say it, then I'll see you in hell." Like, that's perfect. Like,
I do love that scene. Yeah. Yeah, your Tauntaun's gonna freeze. Then I'll see you in hell. I love it. Great scene.
It's only Harrison too that would be able to like say.
I know, right?
Make it work. Like,
he pulls it off very, very well. But yeah. All right, man. I think. Oh, you got something else?
I was gonna say. Lastly, I was just gonna ask what your thoughts were on the Deadpool 3 trailer. Just.
It looks good. I don't know, man. I'm like I'm not super hyped. Like, I'm not
really.
Like, Marvel is not like.
Dude, I saw that and I was freaking out. I was like, let's fucking go. Like, we're like Marvel's back. Let's get like it. Like,
I do like how like meta it was. You know, like he's like, I'm Marvel Jesus, and like I'm gonna save the MCU and all this stuff. Like, that's kind of funny to me that it's so meta. But I don't know.
I also like the joke that he said like to the TV agents, and he's like, but it's not new to me, but it is to Disney. And it just like looks right at the camera.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he's like pointing out like, yeah, Disney doesn't allow this, but we're making it happen anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like they're kind of like telling Disney to like fuck off like a little bit, which kind of made me happy because I was like, okay, they're not like straying away because of Disney's problems.
I'm really just with Marvel. I'm treading very carefully these days, so I'll hold my judgment until I see it. I'll say that much.
That's fair.
And it looks like Ben is too. He says, I'll take it as a great trailer. I no longer care if good trailers until good movies. That's what I kind of think. I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'll wait until I see it. So I'm not going to get super hyped over trailers is all I'm saying. Like, I'm just not going to let that happen.
I just have a lot of hope because it's Sean Levy. Because then that's the Adam Project. That's half of Stranger Things. That's
Mhm.
why I'm kind of like I have faith in it because it's Sean Levy and it's Ryan Reynolds.
I like the Adam Project. I mean, obviously, I
Yeah,
like Stranger Things, but um, yeah, I mean, I am I am in on it, but I'm not all the way
you're not
in.
sold. You're
I'm
not,
1 foot out the door. Yeah.
that's fine.
So
And that's totally fair too.
I'm not Dune 2 in, dude. I'm like Dune 2, I think is about to be like the greatest movie of the year.
That's how I
It
feel
looks
about like Rebel Moon Part 2. I'm like, I cannot wait for this to come out.
really.
Yeah, I know. I really like Rebel Moon Part 1 because it felt so similar and so different all at the same time to me.
It felt like it was very Zack Snyder, I'll say that.
I don't know. I like Zack Snyder's. That's
See,
but like
I'm like
but that's because
I'm indifferent.
my dad growing up, he showed me 300. Like that was my first Zack Snyder movie, and that was
Yeah,
Watchmen.
300 is cool. I like 300.
So like with those two, like I went into that being like I didn't really like his version of the DC universe though. Like that
Yeah.
was fine, but seeing Army of the Dead, like with Dave Bautista, like I thought that was a good movie. Like there's some like it's very hit or miss. I'll say that.
Yeah, with yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, man. I think it's just hit or miss. And Rebel Moon was just I just don't think you needed the whole movie to like build up the team.
No,
Like we probably could have just had one movie, long movie, obviously like a 3-hour movie or something. But we'll see. I'm gonna see where it goes. I'm gonna watch the next one. It's not like I'm not gonna
yeah,
watch
I mean,
it.
it's gonna be free on like I mean I guess not free. I guess you're still
Right,
paying
it's
for
on
Netflix,
Netflix, but I'm
yeah,
gonna watch it. Yep.
I know. Anything that Charlie Hunnam's attached to, I have to watch it. That's
Yeah.
I don't know, just me.
Tony says this was fun and definitely more excited for Star Wars than last year. Now that we have movies to look forward to, I am excited
I
for
agree with that
movies
statement.
to come back. Yeah,
I mean, I was really excited about Ahsoka, but then expectations kind of dwindled with the
with Mando and
yeah
I mean I think seeing Thrawn in live action was a big thing for me last
yeah.
year. And I think Lars killed it. So I'm really excited to see where that goes.
I also think for me anyway, like getting closure with Ahsoka and how like shut off she's been since like seeing her in Mando.
Mhm.
Like when she like refused to train Grogu, it was kind of like irritating to me because I'm like, but Anakin took all these chances with you.
Right,
Why aren't
right.
you willing? But at the same time, like I like now seeing that development, like I understand now, and I'm glad she got that closure. Same thing with like with Ezra. I was really worried for. Obviously, I made the video. I was really worried about Ezra's outcome,
Yeah,
and
his
it was the
fate.
complete opposite of
Yeah.
what I thought what it was gonna be.
Yeah. They handled that stuff pretty well. I mean, Dave handled everything pretty well. I thought the score was incredible. I don't know why. I just feel like part of the show fell flat. I don't know if it's because we spent a whole season just so Thrawn could return, and we didn't really get to see Thrawn in action, or what it was. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I can't really
like
explain it, but
I feel like we should have got to Peridia by episode 4.
yeah, that probably would make a little bit more sense.
I
It
mean,
was a little dragged on. Yeah.
yeah, and then maybe like leave episode 4 off, like episode 4 be like a cliffhanger in Peridia, and then episode 5 be all of everything with Anakin and Ahsoka, and then the end of the episode lead back into them on Peridia, and then by episode 7 they're back in the main universe with Thrawn,
Yeah, and then you could get an episode of
like
Ezra
gathering the troops, getting
talking to
Luke.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, no, that would have definitely built the hype a little bit more, I think.
Disney hire us. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right, a couple more comments here. Definitely looking forward to Dune 2. Yep, me too, man. I already
Popcorn
got my
tub.
tickets. Yeah. I didn't get one of those, but I did get my
I
tickets to
don't have
Dune
any
2, and
AMC's
I'm
near me, so
ready to go. Yeah, we don't go to AMC, we go to Harkins, but like to see Vader and Wrecker go hand to hand and see whose physical strength is
I
stronger.
think
Yeah.
it would be like
Vader's
the Thanos
not allowed to
versus,
use the Force, though, right?
it would be like Thanos versus the Hulk. Like Wrecker might get a few good shots in, and then he's just gonna be screwed. Like I don't know.
But if Vader can't use the Force, what do you think? I mean, Vader's basically a bionic man, so I think he still wins.
I was gonna say, I'm like, it's gonna be like Mando's face being punched into into the ship, and but
Yeah,
like
right. With
I
the
don't know. I just feel like
Death
like
Troopers.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Wrecker would still get absolutely demolished. Like it would be like getting like hit by a silverback gorilla. I mean, also okay, the same thing could be said though for Wrecker hitting someone, but hitting like Vader, I don't like.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same. Yeah.
It's gonna be like Deadpool punching Colossus in the first movie.
Maybe we'll get. Hey, maybe if we do get Vader, which I think we will, maybe Wrecker will throw a punch at him, land one. Maybe we'll get to see that.
I also could see like Vader.
That's all Wrecker has.
I could see Vader just picking Wrecker up though with the Force, like and Force choking him.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And then,
it's gonna be
everyone just
gonna be
running.
brutal.
Like, yeah, like I could just see Vader just like picking him up, like just like this is the strongest one.
You know he's gonna die. I mean, they're all gonna die, man. It's gonna be brutal when they all. I can't even like think about it right now. I'm like, damn, that's gonna be crazy.
I don't want to, because like just thinking about it, I'm like I don't want to see them go. The only one I could be fine seeing go is Omega. It's like Omega wasn't even bad this season, and that's the thing.
She's the obvious one who's gonna live.
Yeah, so like that's what hurts the most. Like we know that she's got like plot like armor. She's not going anywhere. But like the other ones, they have to die.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see in a week what happens. It's all going to kick off. So, man, I am ready for it. Guys, we will see you next week. Hopefully, I'm thinking like Thursday or Friday, obviously after 3 episodes air. And we will chat about Bad Batch. And you'll be streaming next week, right? During the Bad Batch watch party?
Should be.
Right on.
Yeah, if I'm not falling off the face of the earth, I should be, yeah. I'm hoping to not miss it. I don't have anything planned. So,
cool.
Should be good.
All right, tune into that, guys. Yeah. Till next time, guys. We will talk to you later.